Welcome to Dark Exodus. Here comes X.
Peace, folks. This is X, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. I'm at it again with another.
Dark Exodus.
And yeah, the darkness continues, and so does the misconstruing of telling black men to. Now, we often hear people tell us black men to so-called step up, not just from women, but also from other men. But what does that mean? One can assume it means make these broken communities whole again. It could mean take care of the children in black society, or ensure the protection of these old mamas. But I am in the mind frame of Frederick Douglass when he says it is easier to raise strong children than it is to repair broken homes. Well, he didn't say the holes part, but it stands true just the same. So let us stay with the children, shall we? Now, what if men began to, in mass numbers? What if the fathers of these fatherless children came back, sued these women for custody, and got it? What if men who have a woman that's expecting decides to raise this child on his own, without the mama? You know, like many women have decided to do without the father. The new single parent now becomes a single father instead of a single mother. What would that look like? But we know what it would look like, don't we? Because we know, percentage-wise, kids do better with just their dad, as opposed to just a mom. When kids live with just their father, they have a tendency to do better in school. They are less likely to be sexually promiscuous, less likely to be on drugs, end up in jail. You know, all the things that are prolific and epidemic within the rank and file groups of kids raised by their old single mama. Not only that, they are less likely to continue a cycle of poverty, simply because children of single fathers statistically live under better conditions. For instance, we know that single father families are better off financially than single mother families. For example, a Pew study reports that the median adjusted annual income for a single dad with two children is about $40,000, compared to $26,000 for a single mom with two children. Moreover, the share of children living in poverty is about twice as high among those living with single mothers as opposed to those living with single fathers. Now, I know people are saying, X, that's the white man's data. Yeah, it is. So the numbers are more than likely worse for us. You know, it's the old, when white folks catch a cold, we catch COVID-19. So think about it. 70 some odd percent of us being raised by single fathers instead of single mothers. Whenever a woman finds herself pregnant, she would have to wonder if the brother would take this baby and raise it without her. Would women be so eager to get pregnant if the threat of the father taking the child loomed in the future? We would have black children living better lives, more stable lives, less black children living in impoverished conditions. The children would be more educated, less likely to become single parents or teen parents themselves, all which would lead to less crime in our society. Just imagine if single fatherhood was promoted the way single motherhood is. I think it's time for something new. We tried the baby mama experiment. It has failed. So I propose the men raise the children from here on in with minimal to no help from these old mamas, which would also mean no help from the state. But folks don't want to see that, right? Because if the father has the kids, that means the mama can't collect state benefits. Her ass would have to work, just like a man does. Because see, a man is going to work whether he has the kids or not. So now the state is out of the children's lives. No way do they want that. But people talk solutions. That is the solution. So think hard about coming down on brothers when it comes to the children. Do you really want a mass influx of single fathers coming through? I do. Black folks will be better off. That's just the truth. On all fronts. What will you people who circle the wagons around these old mamas, what would you really do if the black man takes your advice and starts to
You black women and men in the audience right now know that the first person to tell you you can't do, you won't do, you ain't good enough was your mama, not your daddy.
Open your mind.
Yeah, X.
Dark X.
Yeah, X.
Only from the Prophet of Thought series media.
open your minds.